Let's go. We are back to another live. It's a graph of LT line. No, it's not a straight line. So what am I doing here? Tomorrow is my physics practical exam. I'm still awake. But I wanted to do a small live stream about at least 10 to 20 minutes discussing about what I'm doing. I'm just studying for a bit of Viva questions. There are some experiments remaining for Viva. Well, I've done all the experiments. Their practical analysis. I have done that in the practice session of my school, and then I have done, the overall calculations, the result procedure, aim, materials required, then precautions, observation table is the most important one. Many graphs. I've written them all in one book, like practice all of these experiments, even the experiment which won't even come into the exam, but I did it for fun. I did it for better, it's better for studying all those. So yeah. And bro, my beard formation is so weird. I swear it's so weird. I don't know what to say. But yeah, anyways, we are gonna do some Viva quack questions here. And let's start off with some questions here, okay? Who invented pendulum? Galileo. And then, why does a pendulum clock become fast during winter? Now, this is a good question. If you don't know, in summer and winter, there is some kind of tendency that the heat or the temperature would cause upon solids, especially the thread. Now, upon winter, of course, the temperature drops down a lot, and the length of the thread will get decreased, and thus the effective length of the pendulum is slightly decreased. If the length is decreased, then temperature will also decrease. Why? Because length and temperature are directly proportional. So if length decreases, temperature decreases too. And that's the reason why if we take length here and time period, they would both decrease. And also that is actually, L is directly proportional to T square. And the other thing about this is that if length is decreasing, time period should be decreasing too. And if time period decreases, then we can say that the motion becomes a bit faster, meaning that the acceleration due to gravity is also slightly increased. And that's how you can say that. And this is vice versa for summer too. Like if you take the summer situation, the length of the thread is increased, therefore the effective length of the pendulum is increased. Then, since we know that length is directly proportional to time period square, the square of the time period being directly proportional to length will give me the overall idea that yes, the length is increased, so time period square will be increased, and that time period square increased will give me a decrease in acceleration due to gravity. And by the way, if acceleration due to gravity is decreased, we get the idea that oh yes, this is how the slow motion of a pendulum is seen, and that's how we get the idea. Then we have a question: is a graph between LT is a straight line? Now, this is a good question. Now, first of all, we need to know that there is a formula that exists in our lives, in physics especially, and in physics, we study this in oscillations chapter. The formula is L, or we can just say, T is equal to 2 pi into root of L by G. Here, if you square these on the both sides, you will get T square is equal to 4 pi square of root L square by G square. Hey there, DIKSONMYAZ. I know who you are now. You guys are a big troller, huh? Here, give me a big fist bump. Okay, I know who you guys are. Okay, I know who you are. But yeah, by the way, thanks for coming back. W. I know who these people are, man. I know who these people are. The ones who are there in the chat. Hmm. I know you. Okay, it's fine. I mean, I'm not gonna get rage bait by anyone here, so it's fine. Anyways, yeah, I was also, some of my other friends in WhatsApp, they said that, your chat makes you feel rage bait. Yes, I do remember you from yesterday, bro. You wanted a lot of shout outs. but your name had some kind of bad word names related, so I had to somehow censor it, and I was kind of successful, I believe. I hope so. And yeah, I was successful. I would say, yeah, I was successful. But bro, no way, man. I don't know how you came into my life. I still have no idea. Because look at the time now. I think you're supposed to be sleeping. I know I have to be supposed to be sleeping, but I thought it's time to go through some Viva questions, answer it in front of you live. It's a good thing. As I was saying, in the formula it says t square is equal to 4 pi square into root of L by G. Oh, sorry, L by G. That's it, no root. So if we move the constant 4 pi square by G, we get L is directly proportional to t square. So if L is directly proportional to t square, or I can just show it in the code here. Okay, it's here. If I take L directly proportional to t square, this is one thing. I don't know whether my image is inverted. Oh god, this is worse. And then we get the graph of L and t square as a straight line. But if we take LT graph, there's some variations. You won't say it's directly proportional because the graph you'll see is a curve like this. You see that? That is your L, that is your T, this is your L, this is your T square. Alright? This is how it is. Like you will see a straight line, you will see a downward curve, and that is how you actually determine. Yeah, like the reason why is because you're taking the square root of t and you're trying to find the relation of that t square being square rooted with, and then you're finding the L, that is the length. So that's how you'll get a downward curve. All right. Oh, let's find out another question. Let's see if we can find out another one. Um, there's so many of them. Let me check. Elasticity, not that one. Let me check, guys. It takes some time. This is another one. No, not this one too. Okay. Okay, what is friction? Friction. Very basic question, very easy question. Friction is a kind of force when two surfaces or two objects they are in opposite direction and such that they actually meet in contact with the surfaces, and those irregularities that they find here will basically show this. Okay, what is this? Uh, okay, got it. Let me read the message. G. Okay. Oh my God, bro. Really, bro? I saw your message. Okay, GYAATT. I know what you're trying to say. I will say yacht. Yacht. Not G included, yacht. You know, yacht? Yacht? I did not say the bad word. Yacht. It's not a bad word, by the way, but I still know that it's related to a bad word. So, yacht. And literally, YouTube tried to help, put it on reviews, so you cannot surpass that. But still, I'm gonna hide that. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. I cannot show it that. I'm so sorry. I know who you are, but come on, man. I can even show my WhatsApp messages. I mean, if you want me to, I'll read it out. That's what I know. Let me just check. Let me just see. I'm switching off my focus. There's another message. Okay. What about mother? That's loud. Okay. What about mother? Mother. Mother. It's your friend's name? Oh, okay. Really, bro? You cannot fool me. You cannot fool me. I know you cannot fool me. I know you cannot fool me. It's fine. Wait a minute, let me check your
Have you
messages.
ever set a goal to study for 2 hours and ended up watching distractions and doom scrolling on YouTube? If you've done so, here is YouTube
Yo,
study mode. Now go to focus timer
what
and
is
turn on
going
YouTube.
on? Oh my god, there are ads. Nah, no way. In this, I still didn't get it. Can you like you would say the whole thing? I'll get it idea. I'll get the idea. Like, bro, an ad popped up, so I had no idea. There's one sound coming up. Okay. Listen to the messages. Justice never sleeps. A humble reminder. There is a good children group and not personal chat. Okay. Oops. Look at others not at all online mastering for tomorrow's exam. Total nerd. Good night. Already night. Oh man. See ya. And by the way, these messages are coming at very early of 11:30. Nice. I know many people are awake. Some people might not be awake. They might be asleep. I know that for sure. But that's it. That's how it is, man. That's how it is, mate. What is rolling friction? This is one thing too. Rolling friction, okay? So what we can talk about is that the friction. What is his name? Can you tell me the name again? I didn't get it. Please send me the whole thing so that I can get it. I did not know then. I didn't get the name. So can you just tell me the name again? Please, I did not get it again. Uh, yeah, it's already 10 minutes, but it's still fine. We'll still do a small, talking. Please, I mean, I didn't get the name. Okay, well, let's check. Mm, a mother, Johnson. Is that a bad word? I don't know. Is that a bad word? Okay, Mother Johnson is your friend's name. Nice. How is that? Was that a bad word? I mean, I don't think so, right? It's fine. I'll just show that. Not mother. Then what is it? Another moderator just handled this. Oh, okay, never mind. Someone handled it, so no problem. I don't know who handled it. Thank you very much, mod, if you're there. Okay, there is another one. Mother Johnson. I said it, Mother Johnson. Why does it feel like I'm rage baiting you? I'm so sorry, man, if I'm rage baiting you. Okay, another moderator handled it. Thank you, moderator. You're a lovely person. If you're the same person who's being the moderator, thank you very much. I know who's handling it. I know that's for sure who's handling it. But yeah, thank you very much, moderator. What is rolling friction? What? Bundaj Johnson. Yeah, okay. What? I still didn't get it. Bun or Bunda Johnson? I don't know, man. I'm so sorry if I'm rage baiting you. I'm so sorry if I'm spelling it wrong. I'm so sorry. But I have no idea. Bunda Johnson or Bunda Johnson. I said it maybe? I have no idea. Okay, so we know that it is, a kind of a relative motion opposes the motion of an object. That's friction. Rolling friction is Bunda Johnson. I'm so sorry, bro, for rage baiting you. I have no idea how to pronounce it. Is it Bunda Johnson or Bunda Johnson? Bunda. Bunda. Maybe. Okay, makes sense. What is rolling friction? When a body is rolling over a surface, an opposing force against the rolling motion is known as rolling friction. Very simple question. Okay, nice. Um, is there anyone? Is there any question else? Thanks. Okay, you're welcome. I think I did say a bad word. I'm not sure, man. I hope so. I mean, I have no idea. Okay, let's go for one experiment. Okay. Define force constant or spring constant of a spring. Force constant means the spring constant. It is the ratio, or we can just say, the it's like the restoring force for a unit extension of a spring. If you expand by 1 unit one extension or 1 meter, 1 centimeter, and that force you actually did you or you applied, that restoring force will be basically overall up to the value of force constant or spring constant k. That is what you can say about it. What is the SI unit of force constant? Easy, Newton per meter. It's nice. What is the effective thickness of wire on spring constant? Okay, see, uh, I think the wire they're talking about, maybe the wire of the spring, and force constant can be increased when you apply a unit extension and you feel that the force is being stronger. The restoring force is so strong that the unit extension itself is having very much big of a worth of restoring force. Then we can say that yeah, the your spring constant or force constant is very high. But if the spring constant or the force constant is very high and it's kind of somehow like taking it down like this, then you might feel like, oh yeah, this could be it, this could be thing actually, like that's how it is happening, right? So the moment it happens, the moment it kind of does that, you get an idea that, oh, there is some amount of force being applied. So that force being applied, that is your spring constant, and that spring constant if increased, this gives us an indication that yeah, there may be the thickness of the wire being increased. So that's one thing about that. Okay, and then what else? Just ensure that the tip of the pointer should not touch the vertical scale. Yes, now the thing is that it should not touch the vertical meter square because it can cause parallax error, and that parallax error to be removed, we need to keep it parallel to that of the vertical meter square, and the reflection should not be seen. Reflection of the pointer should not be seen in your eye level. That's how you can remove the parallax error, and that's how you can get really good ratings. That's one thing, by the way. Um, all right, that's one thing we can talk about. Spring constant, as I have said, it's the same thing. Uh, there's a question, that's why I'm saying. Which devices use helical spring? Your spring balance. Spring balance is one such thing that we use for, helical spring. If you don't know, we also find the weight of the pan, weight of the Glock, and many other kinds of objects weight through spring balance. Some spring balances also contains the the expressions in terms of force, like Newton, 1 Newton, 2 Newton, 3 Newton, up to 10 Newtons. 10 Newton is approximately equal to 1 kilogram. If you don't know, that's one such ideas you might get, because 1 kilogram I think, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm just saying it. It could be 980 grams. That's what I can say, I guess. Maybe. uh, you know, if you're talking about gravitational force, okay, because spring balance has the effect of gravitational force upon it. So F is equal to mg, and that's 980 grams, I guess. I mean 980 grams, and that is weight, I guess. So you take 980, grams, and that is 1 Newton. That's one thing, I guess. I'm not sure again. I just did a raw calculation. Yeah, and that's what I feel like. That's what I think. Then what is it? It is, yeah, just to nullify the effect of friction between pointer and vertical scale. If friction is there, it will give errors in reading. To nullify that, parallax errors should be removed. Is there any other question that I have to go through now? We are so close on completing Viva. Guys, we are so close. Okay, after that, we can go sleep. I'm actually tired, but it's fine. If you don't know, a lot of bad things had happened today. Like I cannot actually share it with you because it's very personal, but I can share one thing. One of my cousin brothers got into an accident, and I was like, really much in shock. Today he had an operation, okay, and thank God the operation was successful. And where did he get hurt? His face got fractured on maybe on this side, maybe or maybe here. I have no idea. Maybe this side or this side. And then I think his left thigh or maybe right thigh. I did not observe it closely. His left thigh or right thigh got very badly injured. So he was in hospital. He was literally crying. Remembering all of us. I was like feeling really bad at that moment. And this is life. This is how it is. And my seniors had their last moments in their bus. I mean, of course, they're gonna be entering their new chapters of life by going to the college. But bro, they actually used to be my one of my best friends in the bus. Now I have no seniors right now. Next year, I'm gonna be the senior. Myself and other of my friends are gonna be the seniors, but not for me, for other juniors. So that's how it is. So kind of feel bad about it. I know my voice is a bit lowered down, but because many of my family members are sleeping, I'm studying here. If I wake them up, I'm gonna get cooked. I don't want that. Tomorrow is my exam, and I really have to wake up early. It's 12 o'clock already. I have to wake up early. I have to like study hard. I have to fully put on my efforts. I know you can do it. I know I can do it myself. You are capable of it. All right, you are capable of it. I know. Come on, man. I'm actually happy for what I'm doing and what I'm happy for what you guys do. So I'm not saying that I'm proud. I'm not showing my pride here. I am thanking God because God is the major. He's the one who has given me this opportunity, this power, this knowledge to impose it, to like show it, and to express it. I know some of you viewers may feel boring, but I'm trying my best as for now to keep the content precise and clean. And my exams are very, very close. Tomorrow is my exam. And I'm not saying that I'm studying at the last moment, but yeah, it's kind of, done at the last moment. The reason why I'm doing this right now is because some of the parts are still there. I have to still do it. So yeah, okay. Hmm. This is exam. What exam? Jason? Physics practicals. Looks suspicious. Okay. 1 minute. Let me check my chat. Man, you guys are so. There's still so many messages coming up. Yo. Oh my god, there are so many messages coming up. Oh, did you know someone named Jason? Yeah, it's you, I guess. Okay, maybe I think I spotted the person who is having that name. But don't worry, I'm not gonna do anything to you. Their message is still popping up in my group chat, bro. At this time of night, that's crazy. Everyone is so locked in for physics practicals, I see, huh? But yeah, it's better to sleep at 10 o'clock. I don't recommend studying at 12 o'clock. And because, this is one thing. I know I do it all the time, but this is a bad habit, guys. Don't do it. Try your best to your full potential. My idea is to, if you, it's 7 p.m. for me. Nah, man, come on. You live in the same country as I do, right? How is that possible? Okay, maybe based on your feelings, it could be 7 p.m., but something is wrong here. I see something's going on here. Hmm, something's wrong. Okay, I'm just joking. Um, convection, convection. Okay, there are some things going on. Okay, so we have rate of cooling experiment which doesn't know. You sure you do not live in Europe or Middle East? Oh, okay, my bad. Okay. My bad, Jason. I thought there's another guy in my chat named Jason, so I thought I'm not sure again. If you're the same person, there's a guy in my group GC or group chat who's having the same name as you. I thought you were living in the same country as I do, so I thought like it's a bit different here. So my bad again. I'm so sorry. So shout out to Jason 4954. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm extremely sorry. I thought this was one of my classmates. I'm so sorry. Okay. If I said anything wrong, I'm so sorry. Okay. I will believe you. You are my weaver. You're special to me. I'm so sorry. All right. Love you, man. Love you. Thank you very much. I know it looks very weird when I do this, but that's, my way to show the love I express. Now, there are many kinds of love, okay? Today's Valentine's Day. Yeah, Valentine's Day is gonna end in 3 minutes, by the way. Just gonna tell you. Valentine's Day is gonna end in 3 minutes. And before that, I'll just want to say that there are different kinds of love. The love you get from your parents, the very unintentional love you have with boyfriend and girlfriend thingy, the love that you develop with other peoples and the other community by having the connection with others, that is social interaction. I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I'm a Muslim, by the way, if you don't know. And as a Muslim person, I do not celebrate Valentine's at all. And the only type of halal Valentine's Day we have is loving God. That's one thing. Loving God is the halal Valentine. So I'm just asking God to be my Valentine. Okay. I know I'm giving that very weird look, but yeah. Also, I know I love you guys. Don't worry. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna love you guys. I'm just saying it. You know. Okay, I'm just gonna connect the charger here. Hmm. I do not celebrate Valentine's, by the way, just to notify you. All right. Yeah. Okay, nobody's watching me. It's fine. I think it's the time to end now because it's getting too late. Okay, never mind. Someone is watching me. Which type of heat transfer Okay, there are three types actually for rate of cooling: conduction, convection, and radiation. In conduction, the motion takes place. The heat transfer. Yeah, bye, Jason 94954. Bye. Uh, have a good night. Okay, or have a good evening because I think it's early now. It's not really that late for you guys. Only 1 minute for Valentine's Day to end, by the way. Only 1 minute for Valentine's Day to end for us in our country. Okay? I don't know what is the standard time, but I'm just saying it. Alright, so there are three types: the conduction, convection, and radiation. In conduction, you're basically transferring the heat through the vibration of the particles, but in convection, you're actually having the main motion of the particles using it to transfer the heat. And then we have the radiations, which are actually not requiring any particles to transfer, which is very interesting. So, yeah, it is transfer. The heat can be transferred without the use of any medium. That is your radiation. There are many radiations we know, which gives this idea. Like there are many radiations which are very you know problematic too. Like I think gamma radiation, beta radiations, these are very dangerous for us. So yeah, they're very dangerous. What do you understand by conduction of heat? Transfer of solids to from one higher temperature body to another lower temperature body. That's how thermal equilibrium is maintained. So that's how conduction takes place. Heat transfers from a higher temperature body to a lower temperature body, provided that both of them are solids and vibration of the particles will be done. Then convection, okay, flow of air from coast to sea during daytime. That is your sea breeze or land breeze. And sea breeze and land breeze is the example of convection, I believe. Um, okay. Then which question should I check? Which type of heat transfer is mainly responsible for heating up cooking utensils? Hmm, this is a good one. So, according to me, I thought it would be convection, but no, of course not, because there is no such motion of particles except for the fire particles. But then, if you talk about cooking utensils, they are solid. And if they are solid material, if they are actually made of solid material, of course the vibration would be there. So of course the fire is the source. The bottom of the utensils will get heated up, but the main aim for the bottom of the part of the utensil to transfer the heat to the top part so that the food gets cooked, right? That's how the main thing is. So this will go from here to here, and that's how heat gets transferred in, and that is through conduction because vibration is taking place. So yeah, that makes sense. Then, which white clothes or brighter clothes are more comfortable in summers? By which mode of conduction of heat brighter clothes reflect off heat energy? That is radiation. If you don't know, black colored clothes are capable of absorbing more light, but white or brighter colored clothes can reflect light. That's one thing actually. Based on the color, this effect is done, and that is radiation. What is Newton's law of cooling? This is one thing. This is a new one. Now I don't know the law actually because this is very much new for me. So I'm gonna have to read it out. Let's find the check and the answer. And we see the answer here. Okay. It states that the rate of heat of loss of a body is proportional to the differences in the temperature between the body and its surrounding. Okay, interesting. So rate of heat of loss of the body, that is, let's say, rate of loss of body, Q dq by dt, that is differential coefficient of heat and divided to differential coefficient with respect to time, dq by dt is equal to minus k, that is k is the constant here, and t minus t apostrophe or t t dash, and there is a bracket here. Now this is negative because the heat is getting lost, and that temperature difference is the loss of the temperature here. That's why it's negative, and that's directly proportional. So Q directly proportional, and if we take the idea, we get to know that that's how the overall idea is like the rate of change of heat of a body is directly proportional to the temperature difference of the body, and the temperature difference is actually decreasing. That's how temperature is decreasing, right? That's why it's negative. The final temperature is smaller than the initial temperature, and that's how overall the answer is done. But the thing is that there's a constant k which will be applied so that the direct proportional sign will be removed and it will be equal sign. And there is a definite derivation based on this, which uses integration calculus method. So that's one thing. I think there's much. Oh yeah, one experiment remaining for Viva, and that's it. We're gonna go for that next, and then that's our story ending our Viva. Come on, let's go fast. Not much of a time, guys. Oh my God, where is this experiment, by the way? What is the chat saying? Oh, there's someone named. Oh, okay, okay, okay. And how many? Oh God, there are so many of my friends still awake. Some of them went asleep. It's fine. They are actually doing a better work than me. Bro, where is it? Oh my God. Yeah, I think we got it. Yo, where is it now? I'm getting cooked. Where is incline plane? Let me find it out, guys. Wait a minute. I'm here, right here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just checking where this thing is, bro. Okay, we got this. We got the experiment. This is the last one. Let Let me go to toilet and I'll come back. I'm actually going to go. Okay. Yeah, I have to watch. Okay. Nice. Sorry, guys. I had to just do ablution or wudu. To purify myself. It's an important part of our religion. It's usually done before prayers, and it's also a sunnah to do this before sleeping. That's why. Usually I don't do this, but yeah, I did it today. I have to also pray. I'm actually very late. I shouldn't do this, but yeah. Okay, so nobody's there in the chat. I think it's the best time to end this stream now. Maybe, but I have to complete this last experiment, Viva. Wait, guys. Yes. Hi, bro. Welcome back. I know you're watching my live. Um, let's go. For what is friction now? Friction, again, it is a force which opposes the relative motion of an object, where the two surfaces are in contact and they are opposite to each other due to the irregularities caused. That is one thing. What is rolling friction? Rolling friction, again, it's a kind of frictional force opposing the rolling motion of an object. It's easy. Why is it easier to slide a thing by putting some cylindrical object under it? Again, uh, it's opposing the rolling motion. The rolling friction is much, uh, smaller than that of the sliding friction. So that's one thing we can talk about. And yeah, why is it difficult to drive on a wet road? Now this is one thing actually. The water on the wet road. This is a good thing. Maybe I might not be able to answer this one. You can just say that the wet road has this thin film which may lead to the car skidding, but that's one thing. And this thin film can cause more irregularities, causing more friction. And yeah, little opposition to movement by way of friction. Sorry guys, I cannot speak more loudly because my parents are sleeping. My rest of my family are sleeping. I'm the only one who's awake here. This all usually happens, so this is a habit, by the way. Why do we put engine oils in vehicle? This is an obvious question. Oils are acting as lubricants here. They would reduce the friction in between so that no kind of wear and tear or heat is formed, so that it can work smoothly and no kind of problems is caused. Yes, and yeah, you can just say that oil or lubricants cause a make a thin film, which basically reduces friction. That's one thing. Okay, so there's one here. Let's say that there's friction going on, but if you apply a thin film, like I don't have anything here right now. Let's say this thing. Let's say this oil. I have eucalyptus oil. I use this. Oops. I applied here. Ooh, can you see that? Ooh, shoot. Look at that. There's some oil in my hand. If I, this is eucalyptus oil. And now look at the friction. Oh, oh, shoot. Eucalyptus oil smell is really strong. It literally kind of, makes your eyes more teary. If you don't know why I use eucalyptus oil, I use eucalyptus oil because, I have a lot of cold problems. I have cold allergy, I have dust allergy, and my inflammation of lungs, wheezing is very common. So I use this thing. It's very strong, very effective. Whenever I get sick, I use this thing. Yeah, so it causes a thin film and friction is reduced. Then what is it? What do you understand by limiting friction? Limiting friction is the maximum value of friction where the object is in impending motion. It does not start its actual motion. It's about to move in motion. It's about to set its motion. What are the reasons of friction? Irregularities in the two surfaces. That's one main reason I would say. And interlocking of the surfaces. Yeah. Like, of course, if there are irregularities, there might be some, let's say this is the irregularity. This is another one, okay? Interlocking will take place like this. If there is interlocking, you can see that there is some difficulty in moving for the other object. And yeah, like literally look at this. That's how it's moving. That's how friction takes place. If you look at the microscopic surface of the object, you will see many irregularities, and interlocking takes place like this. So that's how friction does take a role. What is a dynamic friction? Dynamic friction, it is a constant frictional force where it surpasses the it surpasses the limiting friction, and the object is in actual motion, but the friction still takes place. It moves against that motion, the actual motion. What is static friction? Again, this is opposite. Friction is it's not going beyond the limiting friction. It is at a rest and it's not moving. It's not moving. It's still there. It's at rest. It's stationary. Why oiling reduces friction? Again, it causes the liquid layers, a thin film to form, and that reduces friction. Um, yeah, liquid layers are much smaller. Viscosity is very much different here too. Viscosity is the main role here taking place. Which type of friction is created by ball bearings? Ball bearings converts a sliding friction to a rolling friction. That's one thing. So that's how it reduces friction. That's why you can see it in many fidget spinner. Is there some significance of large brake drums? Okay, so this might, I'm not sure whether I can answer this one. So let's read this. As friction does not depend on area of surfaces and context or size of the drum. Okay, so yeah, we studied that in laws of limiting friction, friction does not depend on any area of surfaces, but it does depend on normal reaction. So yeah, when you're actually applying a lot of, large brake drums, they do not actually undergo for significance of friction. So there is no such significance. Yeah. What is the effect of angle of inclination on gravitational pull? Now, this is a good one actually. The gravitational pull varies directly as the sine of angle of inclination. Now, this is an interesting one. I want to explain this. I can show it to you if you want. Uh, 1 minute. Let's go. Let's say that there's an inclined plane here. Okay, this is the horizontal. This is the pulley. Okay, I note. Sorry for my bad handwriting. Sorry for this. Okay, um, let's say this is the one. There's a block here. Okay, let's show its mass here. Then connection of the thread to the weight of the pan. Um, yep, weight of the pan. Then this is affected by the downward gravitational force, so mg, and this is a mass. Okay, sorry. This is also affected by mg, but if you but if you look at the reaction force, it is perpendicular to that of the angle of inclination. It's a inclined plane. So that's how you can see the normal reaction. If you vector resolve this mg, we get mg cos theta and mg sine theta. And mg sine theta here is the main rule plane. Mg sine theta is the main rule plane here, and mg cos theta is opposite to reaction force. So equilibrium is not there here, but you can see that in that case, mg sine theta is just playing some role here. There is some significance. So what is the effect on angle of inclination on gravitational force? That's sine of angle of inclination. That is one significance. Okay. Yeah. Again. What is indicated by minimum weight in pan so that the wooden block starts moving on the side. So the minimum force to bringing an object in motion signifies what? The static friction, of course, because the static friction is, again, we see that it's something which keeps the object in rest. The moment the object starts moving, we get to know that, yeah, that has surpassed the limiting friction, or it is not now, it's now in dynamic friction, it's not there in your static friction. So the moment it passes the limit or beyond of the limiting friction, we get to know that there's how we can get the idea. So limiting friction is just playing a role here. Static friction is also playing, and dynamic friction gives us an indication. That's one thing. Okay. So, static friction gives us the minimum required force because dynamic friction we get that, oh yeah, this could be it. Let's say that, you put already 50 grams on the block and 10 grams were required for the block to go in dynamic friction. So, if 10 grams and the weight of the pan, okay, included, were capable of taking that block in dynamic friction, we can actually reduce it and check whether at what point it stops moving. And that point where it stops moving, maybe limiting friction or even the static friction, gives us an idea that yeah, that's the minimum force. So let's say that it stopped moving at 7 gram, and that 7 gram is the limiting friction. Maybe that's where it's taking place, or let's say that's static friction. And that's how you get the idea. Limiting friction and static friction is the same thing, so don't worry. Limiting and static friction are the same thing here. But the limiting friction, the difference is that that's the limit, or that's the point where the object is tend to move. Or if it goes beyond that, then the object starts moving and it is in kinetic friction. Remember that kinetic friction is always lesser than that of static friction, because the moment you try to apply more force on an object which is in friction, you'll find out that the friction increases, but after that limit, it kind of decreases and then it's going constant. I know it's very difficult to understand, but this is how physics, the fundamentals is. And I think that's it for today's each and every part, guys. I hope you enjoyed everything. Time to end my stream, and I have to give my physics practical exam, so gotta go now. I've completed my Viva, I've completed everything. I gotta go sleep, I gotta log in now. Alhamdulillah. Thank you, oh God. Alhamdulillah. We did it, guys. Now, I think it's time to end the stream. What's this, bro? Something is there. Okay, it hit my hair. Okay. Bye. Allah Hafiz. Thank you very much for tuning into the stream. I'll have to end it. It's very late at night.